Welcome on board and good afternoon. Beautiful Saturday program, 2 p.m. as usual. My name is Tokumbo Olagbaye. I want to welcome you as you're coming to my public page platform. And I want to say thank you to all those who participated in the program of last night regarding the issues of looking at what we call credibility in terms of holding up to the guilty factor and take responsibility and the punishment as it comes on cheek, and for you to be able to move on. That's what we spoke about yesterday. Today, closely, I am going to be looking at the immigration rules relating to bringing an adult parent, dependent relative. Let's use the word adult dependent relative of a British citizen or a person who is present and settled in the United Kingdom, what it entails when it comes to bringing in your mom, your dad, your older auntie that has taken beautiful responsibility in terms of taking care of you when you were younger, and you want to pay back your auntie, you want to appreciate your auntie, but what are the things that you have to put in place? Lately, I realized that so many people brought their parents into the UK on a visit visa, and as such, they want them to continue to live with them after the expiration of the 6 months visa or the 1 year or the 2 years visa. It doesn't work like that. It means you put your parents in the bondage that they will not appreciate. It means you're putting them in a bondage that they will not appreciate you to put them in, because a lot of elderly parents like to have their movement at this later hour of their life. They love to enjoy their free movement of human being, not free movement of person, free movement that human being needed, for them to be able to go to their next door neighbor, to see what is going on there, to enjoy themselves, to stay outside their house front door, to gossip with their neighbors, to see what is happening. A lot of our parents enjoy it more than what we are thinking that we're giving them in terms of coming into the UK to live there in a cold weather, and of course when they haven't got the right to go back to see these neighbors or family. It pains them a lot, and as a result, they are prone to take the anger on you in the house. And you might be thinking that, oh, I am helping my mother to stay in the UK and she's behaving in this manner to me. Of course, she would behave in such a manner that you are not expecting from her, because more or less you kept her in an isolation. An isolation means that you kept her away from her friends and relatives, extended family back there, either in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Uganda, in Pakistan, in Jamaica, in Islamabad, in Kingston, or elsewhere in the world, Kenya, Nairobi, or anywhere else you want to talk about that I will not be able to remember to mention this evening to you. So, above all, what they are looking for is the free movement of them as a person, as an individual, that they are entitled to. As a result of that, I want to closely look at the rules that are set out under Appendix FM to the immigration rules this afternoon. The rules are set out clearly when it comes to bringing in an adult dependent relative. So you can see they're not even saying parent, they are saying adult dependent relative. Adult dependent relative. So when you are bringing in your adult dependent relative, what they are looking for closely, from the Secretary of State is looking for, is for them to come in with the entry clearance visa. Entry clearance visa is what they are looking for. So when you want to put things together one on one, you should be, thank you. You should be able to do entry clearance. Entry clearance is what they are looking for. So to take entry clearance visa, then you'll be taking an entry clearance visa for an adult dependent relative of yours that is coming to settle with you. Now, for somebody to come to settle with you, it means you yourself, you are either on, we're talking about immigration rules. We're not talking about the European passport this time around. So you have to be settled in the UK, either on indefinite leave to remain, or perhaps you have your British passport, either on indefinite leave to remain or British passport. You must have either of the two to settled to bring your adult dependent relative into UK. Now, when you have done that, we've got that requirement in your bag. Then what are other things that the Secretary of State is more particular about when it comes to you bringing your adult dependent relative. Don't forget, Secretary of State is not particularly saying your dad, your mom. It's saying adult dependent relative. So it could be your aunt, your older auntie that has paid so much on you, and after the death of your mother or after the death of your father, that has sweat on you, and possibly she's representing your mother on the planet. So you want to pay back, give her back, and you want to bring her into the UK. But the Secretary of State at the same time is saying age is not a barrier. So you should put the age issue, put it aside. It's been a while. Toyosi Betty Odunuga, how are you? You know, you put the age issue, you put it aside. Put the age issue, you put it aside and focus. You know, you focus on what is required. And that is very important. Now, you might have money. It is not about money when it comes to bringing adult dependent relatives into UK. It is about exceptional circumstances that they are looking for. Exceptional circumstances. And when we talk about exceptional circumstances, look at it carefully, go back again. The first thing is that for you to make that application, the person we are talking about must be outside the United Kingdom at all costs. So basically, there is no opportunity for anyone that is already in the UK to claim that adult dependent relative. They're not going to accept it. The law has changed. The law has changed. It has changed in a way that it's now make it more difficult. And even in terms of cost for the application, it's really expensive. It's over 3,000. It's really, really expensive. So it's an application that I will not advise you to dangle into unless you are 105% certain that you have all the credentials. And when we're talking of credentials, we're not talking of certificates. We're not talking of paperwork. We're talking of the practical aspect of the requirement that is required. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for an exceptional situation to show that, you know, to show that this particular person, it's in a country or in a remote area where she could not access somebody else to assist him or her. In a remote area where he or she could not get someone else to assist. So you're looking at that. I'm on 07908-628-240. I realize all over all my videos, I have not spoken about this. And that's the reason why I am bringing it up. I have realized that I have not spoken, you know, about this topic. And that's the reason why I am bringing this topic up closely to your ears. Now, you will realize that even if you have British passport, majority of you that have British passport and a settlement status are looking for a way to bring in your mother to settle with you in the UK for one reason or another. Secretary of State is not saying you can't do it. What will take you off the ground is cost first. Because financially it's heavy, 3,000 plus is for the application fee. But the requirement for the entry clearance of an adult dependent relative is that the person must be outside UK. So there is no way your mom that came to UK on a visit visa will be able to manage and change while in the UK. So it's a big problem. It is a big problem. It is a big problem. I want to answer queries and calls from straight away on anything to do with immigration. I'm on 07908-628-240. I'm on 07908-628-240. It is hard to know, as I am sure lots of people are considering this, as there is nothing better than close families here. Exactly. So the entry clearance as an adult dependent relative, the mom must be outside UK or the dad or the adult dependent person. And when you said adult dependent person, it doesn't have to be your mom or dad. It could be your older auntie, like I said earlier on. But then the applicant must have made a valid application for entry clearance as an adult dependent relative. Now, if you have made that valid requirement, that application must not fall for refusal. The application must not fall for refusal. So to meet the eligibility rules, requirement for an entry clearance, you have to look at other criteria. First of all, you have to look at relationship requirements. You've got to look at relationship requirements. I don't know how you are going to do it, that you will not want to look at relationship requirement. I actually could not tell how you want to look at it. You really have to look at the relationship requirement, you know. Relationship requirement is very important when we talk of looking at the issues of bringing parents into the UK. And then the parents' age must be 18 years or over. Isn't it so funny? Your parents must be 18 years or above. Your parents must not be 17 years old. So when you're bringing an adult relative into the United Kingdom, he has to be over 18 years old. Can someone on 5-year route on EU spouse apply for that, man? No, not at all. You see that you have to be on permanent stay. Thank you, Mr. Ben. Thank you, Pelly Ben. Yes, thank you. So the applicant must be parents age 18 years or over. And majority of it is looking for grandparents or grandparent. It could be your brother or sister age 18 years or over. So you can see that your brother that is over 18 is allowed to come and join you from outside. Your sister that is over 18 is allowed to come and join you from outside. But you got to meet the requirements, eligibility requirements. That's the thing. You have to meet the eligibility requirements. So they're not discarding family rules. So it is not only European Union member nationals that have the opportunity to bring their relative into the UK. You know, but the most importantly is that you have to, you have to be in the UK, and that person must be outside UK, and you have to be on settled status. I'm on 07908 628 240. That's the number to reach me on. So you can reach me on 07908628240. Call in and ask questions regarding to bringing in relative, adult relative, or anything to do with immigration rules. Just call in and ask me questions. What are the requirements, ma'am? Sorry, just joining. I cannot give you all the requirements, but I'm telling you that it is possible. Eligibility requirements, you have to be present and settled in the UK on immigration rules, but anything other than that, you will need to make an appointment to see me, because it's quite lengthy and tedious to explain here. Applicants need to provide evidence that they can adequately maintain, accommodate, and care for the elderly parents that they want to bring into the UK as a sponsor without recourse to public funds. So if you are taking public funds at the moment, you will not be able to make a successful application in that respect. You will not be able to make a successful application in that regard. So I will advise you against that. If you're thinking of bringing in your mom later on in future, your dad, you have to start work from now henceforth, and for the next 12 months be in employment continuously until the application is done successfully. Hello.
Hello, ma. Sorry, I was just listening to your live chat, and it was really interesting because I didn't realize that you can actually bring your relatives if you are expected. I've been here for like 2 weeks now, and I've applied for 15 visa for this.
You have applied for what? You have applied for what?
For 15 visa for him.
For your dad?
No, for my brother.
Yeah, you can bring in your brother, but you have to weigh the consequence if the application is refused. The amount of money you are going to lose.
Okay.
But you can bring in your brother. You can bring in your brother.
So can it be my dependent?
Yeah, because you're bringing your brother in from outside. Entry clearance application is allowed.
Okay. Maybe I'll speak to you after the program.
The danger there is that you have to show the exceptional circumstances as to the reason why an adult brother of yours cannot take care of himself in his country, and expecting you as an adult that's got family responsibility to take care of him again. So that is the difficult part of it that you have to fulfill.
Okay.
That area is so difficult, to fulfill.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, you can guide us on that one now, yeah?
Yeah. I can do what?
I said you should be able to guide us on that aspect.
On the exceptional circumstances, of course, I can guide you, but that is a high threshold to meet. especially when it comes to the issue of brothers and sisters that are adults.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, for you said you have to be from 18 if someone is coming to be your dependent. You have to be above 18, isn't it? 18 years old.
Yeah, you can bring in a younger person as well, but majorly the adult parents have to be 18 or over.
Oh, okay.
And the sponsor must at the date of the application be age 18 or over. And the sponsor must be a UK citizen or someone that is present and settled in the UK or in the UK with refugee leave or humanitarian protection.
Oh, okay. All right, ma. Maybe I'll call you after the program and then we can talk about this more.
You see, the danger is that once I finish program, the phone will be off. So you will only be able to reach me possibly after when I finish resting again. You know. Hello. 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 If you're using WhatsApp, direct call will be cutting you off. Hello. Hi. You see, if you are using WhatsApp, yeah, direct call will be cutting you off. US. Anyone that is using WhatsApp, you are not going to be able to go through. Direct call will cut you off. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hello?
Go ahead, mo ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ káàsán ma.
Ẹ káàsán, good afternoon, ma.
Yes, ma. Ẹ kúṣẹ́ ma.
Yes, ma. Thank you, ma.
Ẹ kúṣẹ́ gan ni o. Yes, ma.
Yes, ma.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ma, mo kàn fẹ́ béèrè question kan ni ma, ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Please go ahead.
Yes, ma. Nípa ti electronic system tó lọ ṣe ń sí ma. Application, it take how many months kó tó jáde ma, ẹ jọ̀ọ́?
I wouldn't be able to specify because I think because it's a testing period and they just only just started. Are you with me?
Yes, ma.
It's going to be difficult to escalate time.
Okay.
It's going to be difficult. Okay. It might be quicker. It might be quicker because biometric is done immediately.
Okay.
It might be quicker, but I won't be able to say now because they only just started in January.
All right, ma. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll call you later, ma. Anyway.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, United States. Sorry, you're still holding. Hi.
Yeah, how are you doing, ma?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, ma. Actually, just want to appreciate what you are doing.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, it's only God that will reward you.
Amen. Thank you.
You know, the way you are helping people, I'm not in the UK.
I know, I can see you are from the US. Yeah.
I'm still appreciating what you are doing because you are helping our people, which many people cannot do. And it's only God that will reward you and let you enjoy the labor of your hands.
Amen.
That's what I just want. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Excellent. Yes. I'm on 079086282440. The eligibility requirements on adult dependent relative coming to join the present citizens of the United Kingdom or someone who is present and settled is what we're looking at. Hello. Hello. Yeah, hi.
Please, can I speak with Lawyer Tokumbo?
I'm here live program, so carry on.
Okay. I want to ask a question, ma, regarding something that is different from what you are talking about presently, ma.
But is it on immigration? If it's not on immigration matter. Okay, if it's on immigration, go ahead.
Yes, ma. Presently, money indefinite leave to remain lower. So, year in April. But somebody is now telling me we don't want me allowed to British passports after a year. Money can find out, ma.
That is absolutely true, depending on your status before you were given your lawful status in the UK. But that is very true, you know.
Okay, no, but 3 years, let me.
So, which means that you have overstayed your visa before you were given the first 3 years.
But 2012,
so you're not due until 2022.
Okay, all right, ma. Because money can find out none.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, bye. Quick. Hello.
Hello, ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, dear.
speaking from Scotland.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to say thanks to the support you are giving everybody, and I pray God would reward you abundantly.
Thank you.
My question is a bit off the topic, but if you don't mind, I'm planning to bring my wife from Nigeria, and I believe there is this new electronic system they're using now. I've been filling the application form online, and somebody told me that this application I can submit it directly from UK myself. Then another person said that no, I can help my wife to fill the application. Then she has to print it out in Nigeria and submit it.
Because she still needs to take the whole document down to the Bank Anthony in Lagos, if it's Lagos Submission Center.
Okay.
And they have to do biometric with her there.
Okay, so I still have to send all my documents here.
Definitely,
yeah?
Definitely.
Right.
It is after when they have taken what they want to take from the document, they will give it back to her with the envelope and the address to send it to. She will now do recorded delivery and send it to Sheffield.
From Nigeria?
From Nigeria to Sheffield.
Okay, so are you saying that all my original documents?
Not your passport, not your British passport.
Okay.
Don't put your British passport there. Just go and do copy of your British passport and certify it with a lawyer, possibly of my standard.
Okay.
Or your bank. Your bank also can do it.
My bank?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
If you bank with your bank regularly and they know, you just take your original passport and photocopy there and tell them to attest it and stamp it. But mostly they do it with lawyers. So lawyer will stamp it and say, as a commissioner for hold, we have seen the original and we are satisfied that she is the true likeness of the original.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
But don't put your original passport in the document.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah.
We're talking about the eligibility requirement. Now, the financial requirement for adult dependent relative is that you must be able to provide evidence that they can be adequately maintained, accommodated, and cared for in the UK without recourse to public funds. Now, if the applicant sponsor is a British citizen or settled person in the UK, the applicant must provide an undertaking signed by the sponsor confirming that the applicant will have no recourse to public funds and that the sponsor will be responsible for their maintenance, accommodation, and care for a period of 5 years from the date the applicant enter UK if they are granted indefinite leave to enter. So sponsor needs to sign an undertaking that there will be no recourse to public funds for 5 years from the date they were granted and enter UK on indefinite leave to enter. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Hello, ma.
Hi.
Hello, ma. God bless you so much for all your good works.
Thank you.
Please, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
I'm an EU citizen, and I invited my mom over. I'm her only child, and when she came, she has just deteriorated from the mom I used to know. She's really needing medical help, and I'm trying to see how she can stay here with me. Please, is there a possibility for me to make her stay?
So why did you bring her in on the visit visa?
Ma?
Why did you bring your mom in on a visit visa?
Yes.
Why? Why did you bring her in? Why?
Because I tried doing EU dependence, but they denied it.
No, you didn't. You didn't take the proper advice. The little you have spoken now, that you have told me now, that application should have gone in and succeed smoothly without any problem. With the little you just said now.
Breaking. Can I call you back? The line is really breaking. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Can I...
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I've been watching your program since, and what the topic you bring in this afternoon, please, I have a question to ask you, please.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I've got 2.5 years, and then it's about to run out in I think in May, and then I want to invite my mom to United Kingdom. Can I renew before I invited her, or I can put in the application now, please?
Because the time waiting could be an issue. The time waiting could be up to 2 months, 3 months.
Okay.
So if I were in your shoes, I probably will renew first.
Okay.
Yes.
That's right.
Once you've renewed, then you can invite her in.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
I know your program. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bye.
Bless you. Yes,
Bye.
bye. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you live on live?
I am live on live.
Okay. Okay, ma. I've got, because I'm actually using my mobile, so I just want to double check. I've got a question, ma. Hello?
Please go ahead quickly.
Thank you. I've got a question. I just wanted to find out, can someone actually apply for indefinite leave to remain with as a victim of domestic violence?
That is providing the person came to UK on a spouse visa.
Yes. Okay. 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 The person actually came in as a visitor to visit his partner, and eventually got further leave to remain as a partner. But there being a serious domestic violence between them, that they actually changed the status from dependent of his wife to children. So he's now living as a parental route. But the domestic violence is still continuing, and police are actually involved. We've got letter from Marak as high risk of domestic violence victim as well.
You want honest opinion. That's why you called me.
Huh?
You want honest answer, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
The domestic violence route, it's mainly for those who came in on spouse visas route.
Okay, ma'am.
So if she has been granted exceptional under exceptional circumstances outside the route, it basically means there is a child. There is a child between two of them.
That's correct, ma'am.
So the child must be carrying British passport.
Yes, ma'am.
So she can change to parents instead of partner.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to call you back after the program. Is that okay, ma'am?
You might not get through.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You might not get through.
When is the good time to get you, ma'am? When is the good time to get you?
Well, when the phone is back on, you will possibly get through because I'll be driving.
Okay.
I'll be driving and I'm going to switch off, and I'm going to shopping centers. So, and when I'm going for shopping spree, I usually switch off because it's a bit of distance to drive.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'll find time to call you back. Thank you very much for all you do for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello there.
Hello, ma.
Hello,
Good
hi.
afternoon, ma. Thank you for everything you're doing for us.
Thank you, Kemi. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Ma, I need to ask something. My mom has 2 years visiting visa, which is going to expire next year, January. And I want to know, what can I do to get her indefinite to remain in the UK?
You can't do anything. You can't do anything. Don't let that visa expire in her hand.
Okay, ma.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about adult dependent relative applying for entry clearance.
Okay, ma.
So if you have indefinite leave to remain,
yeah,
your mom should be applying for entry clearance to join you in the UK.
Okay, ma.
On a visit visa, if you throw a knife down 200 times, it will be coming on the same side.
Right.
So,
but mom, sorry, ma.
Yeah.
She has 2 years visiting visa already.
She's only got one. She only has legitimate right of 180 days to stay in the United Kingdom. She doesn't have more than 180 days on that 2 years.
Okay, ma.
Yes. So her right to stay in the UK is 180 days. If she has exceeded 180 days, she's an overstayer.
Okay, ma. She's in Nigeria right now, so I was thinking.
Oh, she's in Nigeria now, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Right. So I don't know what is there anything I can do before the 2 years expired? Maybe I can.
She can come back in on a visit visa to come and see you and then go back again. Don't let her overstay her visa. If you want to bring her in for settlement status, you must be able to fulfill all the rigid requirements that I am looking at here. So I think you will be better off to book appointment and you see me in the office on a one-to-one basis.
Okay, ma.
I will take you through the journey, and then you will go back and think about it before you start spending money and waste money. Because apart from the entry clearance fee of 3,000 plus. Lawyers fee can also be added to it, which possibly will take you to almost 4,500.
Okay, ma.
Pounds.
I'll find a time to come to the office. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
Have a lovely weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you. You too. Bye. Bye.
Bye, ma.
Bye bye, dear.
I should not get the house yet.
Lower your device. Lower your device. Lower your device.
Hello, ma.
Yeah. Hello, dear. Hi.
Hello, ma. Good evening, ma.
Good evening to you.
Thank you. My name is Joy Yamo. I've got indefinite leave to remain, and it's a refugee status. And I've got a fiancé in Italy. He also got a refugee status over there. So I wanted to, we're planning to get married so that he can come over. But I'm only doing 36 hours a week. I've got 2 children. So I don't know what are the requirements for him to be able to join me.
Why would he come to UK to join you on his refugee status without waiting for his passport first?
For him to get his passport over there in Italy, it's going to take him another 5 years.
So you want him to lose everything that he has worked for to come and join you in the UK? And what if there is a problem between 2 of you? How is he going to manage? Did you just laugh? Did you just laugh now? It's the truth of the advice. That's part of why I'm out here. So if he can listen, let him listen.
Okay.
I would rather want him to wait and get that passport out of the way. That is the whole idea of his stubbornness. He can come to UK on a natural grant, come and get married and stay here for a while to stay with you. But in the meantime, let her know that I advise and I stand corrected. Let her wait and get her let him wait rather and get his passport done there before coming over.
Well, can he be coming for visit?
Yes, he can come. Because if he drop everything that he has worked for, he has labored for in the name of marriage, and then something happened between 2 of you, you chuck him out of the house, then he lost the whole thing. Suicide.
Okay.
Suicide.
If I want to apply, what do I need to apply for him to come for a visit then?
It's just a normal Schengen, and we are not in Schengen, so invitation to visit you. A visa will do for now.
So you need to go on a visiting visa.
Yes, because you are not married yet, so it's not a family member at the moment, so he cannot come for reunion. But I would not want him to come and stay.
We are actually planning to do. We are actually planning for the marriage. So that is the thing. We are actually planning for marriage over there.
Listen, I am with you in terms of your marriage and relationship, but I am not with you for him to leave everything there and come and stay here permanently without applying for his passport first.
Okay, he needs to get his Italian passport first.
That is my honest opinion, and it's my honest advice.
Okay.
But he can come in now. He can come in now to come and do the marriage. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are entitled to invite him down. In fact, you can do fiancé visa and let him come and do the marriage, get everything done, get the ceremonial done, formalize everything so that people will know you are husband and wife. But he must let him go back. Let him go back and go and finalize everything there and get his passport before coming to join you here.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have to apologize to anyone that the advice is not suitable for over there, but I can bet you it's the truth advice I can give at this stage of my career. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yes, thank you.
How are you? Good afternoon, ma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
We really appreciate you. God will be with you and your family. We really appreciate you, ma.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Please, I have one question, ma. Please. Yeah, my wife is from France, and we live together here, and I've got my 5 years already. So, and then I've already invited my mom, and he came to UK last year for 6 months visit, yeah. But I wanted to try to do under EU I don't want to do that.
Who do you want to bring in? Your mom?
Yeah, my mom.
That's family permit.
Yeah, family permit, yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible to do that, sir?
Yeah, of course you can do that. You can get your mom into the country as long as you have all the documents, requirements, and...
Yeah, because is it possible to apply from Nigeria or to come into UK first?
I think it will be easier to do it from home and get it right in a family permit, because once she's in the country, it will be difficult for you to establish all those documents they want you to establish and the requirements. So I think it's better to get it from home.
From Nigeria, okay. Thanks very much, ma.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, bye.
Bless.
Hello? Hello? If you call me and you don't talk or you use private number, you won't get through because I won't pick any private line. So try as much as possible to use your phone to call me directly. Private line, I won't pick it. You know. Sharon, can I call you tomorrow? Tomorrow is Sunday. Do your married and invite him for visit and then go back to Italy? Exactly, just fine. That's what I'm saying. Some callers, you can travel to see you with a UN travel document. Yeah. Akushema. Olori Bijoke, thank you, my dear. Thank you for coming on. Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for your program. God will continue to bless you.
Bless you. Thank you.
God will continue to enrich your life, ma'am.
Thank you.
I have a friend of mine has a problem. Her husband has 2 years and she has 2 kids with her husband.
Okay, let me put you on speaker, okay? Please go ahead.
Yeah. Her husband has 2.5 years and she has 2 kids with her husband. So she's wondering if her husband can apply for her for her stay.
Her husband got what?
2.5 years.
How did the husband get 2.5 years?
He has a British child.
And that British child is from another woman, isn't it?
Yes, but the British child is staying with the man.
Exactly. But it's from another woman. So basically the other woman has power over everything. And the child is not the lady's child, isn't it?
Yes.
Where is the lady? Is she in the UK?
Yes.
And are they living together? He's living with the man?
No. Yes, my friend is living with the man.
And he wants to apply under the man?
Yes.
The man hasn't got 2 legs to stand properly, so there is no way he can pull somebody along and hold somebody with it. If there is a child between 2 of them and the child can apply for 2.5 years, then the woman can use the child to apply for her status. But at the moment, as you have explained to me, the man is using the British child to get his status in the UK, and the British child is through the approval of the mom, of the British mom. And believe me, women can be that bad and be very jealous. The moment the woman knows that there's another woman applying under that man, she can block it. How about that?
Okay.
Honest advice is what I'm giving you.
Okay.
So let the lady get pregnant and have her own child. Then the dad can apply for the child 2.5 years. What the dad is carrying, the dad can apply that for give it to the child. He can pass it on to the child, and the mom can apply under that child.
Okay.
But to apply directly through the man, it will be so impossible because they gave it to him because he's a single dad, possibly have share responsibility with the mom.
Yes, share responsibility.
Exactly. So why is your friend coming in, and why can't your friend just put the head down for now and do it properly?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now I'll give her the advice. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, man.
Thank you.
Go.
Thank you. Bye. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I'm calling in for the program. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask,
I have a European Union passport, and I'm living in the UK here. I don't know what is the process I have to take to invite my mom.
You need a family permit application to get your mom into the country, but I guess if you have time, you need to come and take advice, take consultation.
Okay, so what kind of, do I need any other working document? Do I need to be working?
But that's the reason why you should take advice before you make attempt to put your mom on, to put the application in. Although the application will not cost you, but lawyer fee will cost you. So if they refuse you, lawyer fee will cost you hell.
Okay. And another question I have again is concerning this EU Brexit stuff. I'm hearing that there is a kind of new document that the EU citizens need to apply for to live in the UK, although which have not really started.
The scheme has opened for those who are in the UK.
Pardon?
The scheme, they've opened the scheme.
The what?
They've opened the door for those who want to apply. All the EU nationals in the UK, the door is open for them. That's what they call scheme. Right? It's a scheme. So they have opened scheme for them. The door scheme is opened.
Okay, so the people have started applying, so to say.
Say that again.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. If you're using private number, I'm not going to pick up your number. Anyone that is using private line, because if you abuse me, I won't be able to call you back or block you. So I won't take private line, because I know people are very dangerous when it comes to honesty. So don't use private line to talk to me. Use normal phone line so that I can block you easily if it doesn't go well between two of us. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, dear. Good afternoon.
Yeah, well done, ma. Thank you for your work. Please, ma, I just want to make an inquiry. Myself and my husband, we live together.
Okay.
But we're married, church wedding, not yet registry.
Okay.
And we plan to bring in my mom, but she's not working. I mean, she's almost 65. So I don't know where the requirement and if my husband is allowed to bring him, because I'm 2.5 years visa as a parent. So I don't know if what the requirement or if my husband is allowed to do that.
What status is your husband carrying?
He's going definitely live to remain.
And you just want to get your mom in on a visit visa, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, of course you can do that. Even if you are working, you can get her in. Are you working as well?
I'm not working at the moment.
Oh no, one of you needs to work.
He is working. He's working at any good morning. But me, because I'm expecting, so I'm not working at the moment.
Your husband can do so. There's marriage certificate between you and your husband.
We are not yet registered. We don't have registered wedding yet. As in, we don't have. It's only church wedding we had.
So you haven't got documents.
Not legally wedded yet.
That's a bit logic, you know, because there has to be connection between you and your husband, and that's marriage certificate to show the reason why your husband is inviting your mom. But as a third person, he's entitled to invite her anyway, so he can go ahead, I guess. But it's a bit, but he can go ahead, but you need to establish relationship.
We have a child anyway.
Yeah, I know that, but sometimes marriage certificate is always good when it comes to things like this.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can go ahead and do the invitation.
And sorry, my just last one. Because we've tried to have invited her before, and they were kind of like, she's not working, they need bank statement and all of that. And of course, she's been just, petty trader of the person. So she doesn't really have this account to, apart from the money that goes in, the money that children send to her or something like that. So not like she's got account to prove this is where my income comes from or something like that. As in on my mom's side.
How old is your mom?
She'll be 67 now.
So you have to check, you have to provide all the evidence of maintaining her. and your husband will have to show that she's going to return back. Because that's the whole idea of doing this topic today, adult dependent relative. Instead of bringing them to UK on a visit visa and get them stuck in one place, then the alternative is to get them in on a dependent relative entry clearance.
Oh, okay. Dependent, okay. So the dependent would depend. It has to be on our children, or it
has to be on the children, settled person. It has to be connected. So there has to be relationship requirements there, which is going to be, yes, it has to be majorly on the children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
God bless. Bye.
Yeah. Lower your device, Nigerian caller. Lower your device.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear.
Please, my friend is a student in the UK, but his wife is a medical doctor in Nigeria. So the wife is planning to write a lab. So, and before she can get all those things done, that will be by next year, August. So, but the husband visa will be expiring by March. So, please, what do you think they can do, ma'am?
I didn't get your scenario.
Okay. My friend is on a student visa here. So, his visa is going to expire next year by March.
Next year or this year?
Next year, March.
Okay.
So, but his wife is a medical doctor in Nigeria. So, and the wife has been planning to write lab and everything. So, but before she can get through with everything, that may be after the expiration of the visa. So, I'm not thinking that what can he do? Is it that the guy will go back to Nigeria? So, probably if the lady.
What qualification is he studying? What discipline? First degree, second, PhD.
The guy is studying masters in engineering.
Okay, so his options is either to return to Nigeria and wait for his wife to be ready, and they both come back to UK, and it will be his wife dependent so that he can work 40 hours or more and look for a good job, and then the wife will come in as the main person, the applicant. Or alternative to seek alternative in the UK while in the UK now and apply for tier 2, but then he must have a sponsorship.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Lower your device.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, please ask, I just want to ask a question. I've got a case concerning a judicial review, and I was told the Home Office write to my solicitor to withdraw, that they will make a decision within 3 months, and it's over 3 months now. I haven't heard from them, so I don't know what is going on, ma.
That is an internal issue.
Okay,
it's an internal issue within the Home Office department, within the Treasury Solicitors Department and the Home Office.
Okay, ma.
And look, what they are looking to do is to decide whether they want to grant you a status or whether they want to refer it back to court.
All right, ma. Sorry, ma. Do you think if they ask somebody to withdraw, that they want to make a decision?
Not in every, I don't want to spoil your mind, but not in every situation that they make decision favorably.
Okay,
not in every situation that they make a favorable decision. Not.
All right, ma. Okay. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, bye. So we have basically looked at the requirements to bring the adult dependent relative into the UK, and basically you cannot afford to make a false representation or on document that you want to submit in relation to the application, because false information to any person to obtain documents used in support of the application will mean that Section 320B will kick in and they will block you for 10 years from coming to UK. So you cannot afford to make a false representation, you know. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, dear. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm calling. My husband came into the UK on the 4th September 2014 with the Italian passport.
Okay.
Then I'm asking now, can my husband apply now, like today or tomorrow, for settled or pre-settled, or can he wait till 4th of September to apply for settled?
Your husband came in when?
4th September 2014.
Oh, 2014.
14.
So that's almost 5 years.
Yeah, he will be 5 years
In September, yes.
4th. So I'm now asking if my husband can apply now for settled.
Tell him to take risks. It doesn't cost him. Tell him to apply for settled. And
Will it be on September 4th?
Tell him to go for settled now and see what the Home Office will give him.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't cost him anything because it's so close. So tell him to go in for settled.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because we, the family, we came 2015, 2nd March.
Now you will be pre-settled.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Bye.
Because.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thanks for the good job you are doing, ma.
Bless you.
Yes, ma. I don't know if I'm calling on the live show.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just have a question, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids back in Nigeria. One is 16 and the other one is 14. So, and I would like to bring them down here. So, and I don't know how possible.
How old are they again?
16, 14.
16, 14.
Yes.
And you're on a British passport, isn't it?
Yes, I am.
Where is the mom?
Is Nigeria.
Because you have to establish the reason why you are taking them away from their mom, pulling them out from their comfortable environment into a strange land. Don't forget the issue of knife crime.
Yes.
Don't forget, when any of you is pulling out child into UK, just please always have that at the back of your mind at the same time. Government is not settled anymore in terms of bringing in kids that are 14, 15 already, that are well acquainted with the environment and community where they are already. You understand? So you got to really clear that area, the reason why you're bringing them into the country. But I will not discuss that further here.
Okay, probably I will book an appointment with you then.
That's fine.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah, bye. Bye. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, dear.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Please, my name is Yetunde. I'm just calling to ask 2 questions.
Okay.
The first question relates to bringing, obviously all the questions relate to bringing a parent on that if I'm settled. So the first question is, because I'm planning to make such an application, and I wanted to ask, is there a minimum amount I need to be sending to her account every month to show that she's dependent on me? You
mean settled application for your mom?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you just showed you are maintaining her. There's no minimum. Just continue to show that you are maintaining her. But believe me, my dear, there are more than that. There are more rules, stringent rules attached to that. For example, the difficult one is to show that you are the only child.
Really?
Yes.
So what if she has other children that already are grown up? They are more than 25.
So she doesn't have any reason to come and stay with you in the UK. That's what the immigration rule is saying.
Interesting. Okay, thank you, ma'am. The second question relates to having family ties. Oh, yeah. So she has to show that she. Oh my God! I thought that I was hoping that they will not have any requirement for her to have family ties in Nigeria. Like when someone is coming for visit visa, they will always say the person must have
something that will show that
and if you have applied for visit visa in the past in her name for her to come and she has come and you have boasted that, oh, she's Mama Mamake, she's got this in Lagos, she's got this in Nigeria, your sisters is this, your brother is this, there's bank account in this, and they gave her that visa. From heaven to earth, dependent relative would never succeed in that situation.
Okay, thank you so much, ma. I really appreciate it. Well done for the good work you're doing. God will bless you and take it to greater heights in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, dear. Thank you. You see, the truth is dirty sometimes and can be ugly to hear. But I always want it to be ugly in a way that it's said, so that a lot of people can benefit from it and make use of it. Hello?
Oh, praise God, I got through. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, my dear.
I've got 2 questions, ma. One for me and one for a friend.
Okay.
The one for me is I've got 2 kids from my first marriage. I'm with someone else now, and we've done the Nigerian engagement. I traveled to Nigeria. We did the engagement in absentia. He was not there, so and we're living together. So I want to ask. I'm still trying for a baby for him, but it's not happening. Is it possible for me to apply? I have 2.5 based on my son having British
passport.
So I want to ask if he's because we live together and he's been supportive. Can I put him to apply under my son, sort of like a guideline for my son?
Yeah.
Thank you. Even if because we are not legally married here.
Section 117 wants him to show that he doesn't have to be a biological father, as long as there's genuine parental responsibility between him and that child.
There is.
Then he should be able to proceed with the application.
Thank you, ma. God bless you. Another one is for a friend. She wants to invite the mom. She's been in the UK, I think, going 15 years now. But she got her papers about 5 years ago. So she's still under the 2.5, the same one that I have. But she's been working. But for the past 7-8 months, she had some emotional issue. And she's been depressed. She's not been working for the past 6 months now. She wants to invite the mom because she has really gone bad, and I was advising her to invite the mom. But because she's not working, so she wants to know, the mom is a businesswoman, she's got shares and everything, she's got money. If she invites the mom while she is not working, will it be granted? If
for visit visa, yeah?
Yes, for visit.
Did you say she has kind of a medical situation?
Yes.
There has to be
depressed.
Yeah, but there has to be some letters from consultant, from GP, to the reason why.
I'm sure she can get that.
The reason why she will need her mom with her, and the mom needs to show that she's financially buoyant back there, and that she's going to return back. She just wants to see her daughter. See her daughter. Entry clearance is really bad in terms of granting that kind of application, so they have to put a lot of information in. Yes.
Okay. But is that because she's not able to? If she's working, assuming she's working and she's earning, will it be a different story?
It will be.
Oh, okay.
They are looking to protect the public funds interest.
Okay. When you say there should be a lot of information, apart from her showing that she can fend for herself because she actually can, apart from that, what else?
I won't be able to do that here. I got loads of people calling me, so you need to book appointments.
All right, I get it. Thank you. Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear. Hi.
Just wanted to make an inquiry. So I'm originally from Zimbabwe, and I'm settled here in the UK.
Okay.
And my boyfriend is in Nigeria, so he was studying here. He's done his PhD here 2 years ago, and he's returned back to Nigeria, but would like to come back here. Is there like an easy way of getting him to come back here, or how would I be able to assist him in coming back?
You're a UK citizen, isn't it?
I've got settled.
Settled status.
Yes.
Unless you get married, you won't be able to get him in. And if you're inviting him on a visit visa, you can do so, but you will need to show that he's going to go back. So if he's not going to go back, don't do visit visa with him. So you need to do spouse visa, which means that you have to get him in on a fiancé visa.
Right, so there's fiancé visa.
Yes,
and
fiancé
so
visa.
Would that then enable us to get married here? Or
Yes,
we have to get married in Nigeria?
yes. It will enable you to get married here if you don't want to travel to Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you so much, ma.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. So we have carefully looked at the requirements and the issue of sponsorship and eligibility requirements when bringing an adult dependent relative into the UK. The exceptional circumstances is that you've got to really show, you know, when it comes to assessing that requirement as a result of the age of your parent. You know, they look at age, they look at illness or disability. So you have to show that the mom or the dad you are bringing into the country is unable or she's unable to receive the level of care required in the country where she's living at the moment, unable to receive the level of care she requires in the country where she's living at the moment. And that's coming under exceptional circumstances. So it is not that straightforward. Age is not a barrier. But when you look at age, then you can use it as a listing. My mother is 89, my mother is 85. I'm the only child. I've got a job in the UK. I cannot travel up and down, in and out to go and see my mom. My mom hasn't got other children to take care of her. I really want to get my mother close to me. Then you show all the necessary evidential document. And that is providing in the past, your mother has not applied to come in on a visit visa. Because if you have done that, they will look at the record you have mentioned during the visit. And if you have boosted to show that, oh, I am rich, I've got this, my mother got this sister, got that brother, I've got those siblings, application on an adult dependent relative will not succeed because you have already told them the truth on the visit application. So they believe that first. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello there.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, ma.
Hello there. Please go ahead.
Oh, good afternoon, ma.
Yes, please go ahead quickly.
I first want to say thank you for everything, for how you've been advising us.
Bless you.
This is the second time I invited my mom over, but they denied it. The first one, they said they saw a huge amount of money that they don't know the source of income. Then the second time, we have to put the CFO, the rent, where she got the rent, that someone told us that we have to make sure that whenever the tenant pays rent, that he has to show in the statement of account. We put everything, even tenancy agreement, but day before yesterday, my mom told me they denied it again. That they keep saying that money is too much. That the money is too much. That as a pensioner, that she can't have such amount of money. So I don't know how you advise me to.
When you have time, book appointment. Come and see me with the refusal document.
Okay, ma'am.
When you have time, book appointment. Bring the refusal notice for me, and let's read it, and then I will advise you correctly.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Hi there.
I wanted to ask, I've recently gotten my leave to remain. I used to be an asylum seeker, and the problem is my daughter's passport, it expires this year, and I am not in touch with the father. And I wanted to know how I would go about renewing it.
Have you been granted as an asylum seeker?
I've been granted leave to remain.
Yeah, go ahead and apply and renew it. Because it's not the first one, so you shouldn't have any problem.
So I don't put, what about where it says passport number for the father?
Yeah, if you have copy, the old passport, you should be able to go ahead and renew it.
I don't have the old passport copy of the father.
Because you want to establish why the child is holding British passport, why the child is entitled to that British passport. So you must have copy of the old passport of the father.
don't have it, and I don't know how to go about renewing a passport.
That's going to be a barrier. Okay?
Yes.
So you need that.
I need to... Sorry?
I said you need copy of the passport.
I'm not in touch with him at all.
That's going to be difficult.
Would I need legal advice on how to go about it?
Say that again.
Would I need to call your offices so that you can assist me?
That is factual, it's not law.
Sorry?
That is factual, it's not law. So there is no way I can assist you. It's fact, it's not law. I can only assist you on law.
All right. Oh my God.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, bye.
That you can assist me. That is factual, it's not law. That is factual, it's not law. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me? Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. My dad is presently very sick in Nigeria. In fact, it's like a form of dementia, and my mom that's looking after him is really going through as well. So my husband has a German passport, and I've got a British passport. I wanted to invite them, but because of the illness, I don't know if they will grant him the visa to come.
You say he's very sick.
Yeah, he's sick. He's like he's like dementia. He has even lost memory. He doesn't even remember things. You understand? So my mom looking after him now is really my mom is not really okay because she's the only one looking after my dad now. So I wanted to invite them down here.
Yeah, but you need to put in place what is it called? Private medical appointment for him to show that you have booked appointment privately that is going to see doctor. So you probably will need to take him into the country on a medical ground, not on a visit ground.
Okay, on a medical ground.
On a medical ground, and it has to be private, not NHS.
Okay, it has to be private.
Yes.
Okay, would they require me having a large money in my account to prove that I can be able
Yeah, you have to show that you have to get the bill from the doctor. You have to get the bill how much it's going to cost you. So, and you have to pay some amount of money in advance before applying for visa to get him into the country on a medical ground. So you are bringing him on a medical ground, not visiting.
So, and even if you come on a medical ground, it has to be on a private.
It has to be private. You cannot use NHS.
NHS, okay. All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right, yeah, thank you, bye. I'm going to be leaving shortly now. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know you're still online.
I am.
I'll call you later, ma.
Okay,
Bye,
all right.
Bye.
I am going to leave our program shortly now. I think I have contributed more than enough to the community today. And if anyone needs my advice, then call my office 0208 309 8808 0208 0208 309 8808. That is the telephone number to reach me on. 0208 309 8808. I have done more than enough today and I have to go now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you for loving me with what I do in the community, and I cannot love you all less as well. I recognize all of you, but the names are bigger than my age to pronounce one by one. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you. Thank you. God bless you. Until next time, when I have time to come back on board again, please phone and book appointment. Office number is this. Office number for appointment, yeah? So if anyone come in, just let them phone the office number for appointment on Monday. And it's 0208 309 8808. That is the office number for appointment. So that's the number for appointment is 0208-309-8808. To all Manchester United fans that are out there, congratulations to us this afternoon. To all Manchester United fans that are out there, congratulations to us this afternoon. Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye, until next time when I see you again, take care and remain blessed. I cannot love you less. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you. Bye for now.